Welcome back for another episode of Rage Munity, episode part 2. I'm the host, Rage Reveal.
Mr. Clean, man. I lost the bet. Chillin' with Jose, man.
Damn! Man! That was ignorant!
And thanks for everybody who watched the last video. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you very much. Gonna keep giving y'all more episodes, more content about sports, entertainment, culture. Pretty much those main three things. So a lot has really transpired since the first episode. So we kind of got a lot of topics to dive into, but we're gonna try to shorten it as best as possible. So where we're gonna start is, let's see. Oh, gotta go on my notes today. We gonna start with Julian Newman. Julian Newman. I'm gonna post a clip up here what he said so I don't misquote anything. But pretty sure he said that.
Name him.
And I have.
Who you feel like you'll bust their ass?
I mean, I feel like anybody. I feel like I get Kyrie. Let's play some ones. You feel me? Steph. All respect to Steph, but Steph, he can't fuck me in the ones. I ain't gonna lie. Steph Curry ain't no fucking way. No way. He can shoot that for sure. But I feel like ain't no way he can stay in front of me.
Who's double teamed and squeezes out of it. That wiped away by Lamine. Newman, a high floater that.
Stay off the weed.
Julian Newman, I'm just gonna tell you, sir, you can't fuck with me on a basketball court. So you saying Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving, I know that's just clickbait, man. Like, takes like that, I just can't. Bro, Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving, two of the greatest point guards to ever play the game of basketball. Julian Newman, I seen multiple highlights of him getting his ass bust. High school, I think he went to like a junior college and had like some crazy highlights over there getting his ass bust. So it just blew my mind hearing him say that, knowing like he can't even fuck with me on the basketball court. So we're just gonna get that, wash our hands with that. Julian Newman, I don't know what the hell you was smoking that day, but please don't pick it back up. Next, we're going to go into T-Mac, one of my favorite all-time players, one of the GOATs in my book. But T-Mac says that LeBron would get crushed. Not bad. T-Mac says LeBron will get crushed by NBA players today in a one-on-one game. T-Mac, I love you. One of my favorite players I ever watched. But I don't know where you guys get this logic from. LeBron is the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. And if you guys don't know, LeBron is one of those guys who he makes some of the toughest, most difficult shots. I don't see no other player who, even have the confidence to take some of the shots LeBron take and make. So, not even considering the fact that he is 6'9", 260 pounds solid muscle, And most of the guys T-Mac named, like Kyrie and KD and James Harden, those are all great players, don't get me wrong, Hall of Famers. But LeBron just going to back those guys down in the post and have his way. So, I think the opposite. LeBron will crush a lot of guys in a one-on-one game. But that's not LeBron's demo. He already said, like, one-on-one is stupid as hell. So yeah, I don't agree with T-Mac with that take. What we had yesterday, Cooper Flag and Duke losing to Houston. So this was a pretty intense game. During the first half, I felt like Duke pretty much had the whole game. They was pretty much controlling the game, the tempo. Houston, they kept making their runs, not letting the game get too out of hand. So you got to give them their credit too for that. But it was a stat that somebody made. Let me find it. Okay, yeah. So during the game, second half, Duke had the lead. They led by 14 points with 8 minutes and 3 seconds left. They led by 9 points with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. They led by 6 points with 34 seconds left. All you gotta do is get the ball in bounds. 30-second shot clock. Hold the ball. Wait till somebody find you. I don't know what happened there, but let's continue. They led by 3 with 25 seconds left. And then they led by 1 point with 19 seconds left. And they end up losing the game. And most people are saying that they lost the game from a foul call on the free throw where Cooper Flag and one of Houston bigs was fighting for the possession. And it was pretty much a loose ball. Cooper Flag tapped it basically to himself, and the ref called a foul.
That's a play on to me.
I agree.
I mean, he was being screened out.
Yeah. I feel like, in my opinion, sometimes the refs can control games with their whistle, and this was pretty much one of those instances. I just hate seeing games like that, man. When it's a very close game and one call can determine the game, I just don't like that. I want to see guys duke it out. Like, let's see who really the best team is. Like, don't let a whistle determine the game. I hate that. Please, please, please fix that. College basketball. But Cooper Flag won the Naismith Player of the Year 2025. College basketball Naismith Player of the Year. Shouts out to him for that. Well deserved. Definitely going number 1 in the NBA draft. So keep doing your thing. Okay. So Auburn lost to Florida last night as well. 79-73. That was a pretty intense back and forth game from start to finish. I really had Auburn coming out on top just for the simple fact I didn't watch none of Florida games this year, so I'm not too familiar with them. But now Florida point guard, I have to give this man his flowers. Salute to you, brother. If people didn't know who he was before, I guarantee they know now. This man has been so explosive, leading his team all the way to a national championship. Really reminds me of a Jamal Murray type of player. Fearless kind of player. Not scared of the big moment, doesn't shy away from the big shots. I love players like that, man. I know he's going to get drafted. He's going to do very well in the NBA. I can already tell just from his play style, the aggression he plays with, his shooting, his IQ. He's gonna go in the first round of the NBA draft. And the national championship, which is tomorrow, Monday, for men, Houston versus Florida. I got Florida coming out on top. I honestly do. Not by a lot, but probably by like 3 or 4 points. I got Florida winning by. So we're going to check back in with that after tomorrow. See how that looks. Today for women's college basketball, South Carolina versus UConn. Shout out to the Lady Gamecocks. Shout out to Paige and Gino, Don. Hey, 2 great teams, man. 2 of the best teams facing up against each other. That's what basketball fans love to see. So, I got Lady Gamecocks coming out on top. But, obviously, the sports books got a different opinion. Because South Carolina is plus 200 to win that game. So, I don't know what's going on there, but whew. Everybody thinks UConn is going to win and Paige will get her first national championship. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad who wins the game. I just would love to see a great game of basketball. Not determined by the whistle. Just let them play. But yeah, my pick for that game will be South Carolina over UConn. Because I feel like South Carolina has a great starting 5 and they have great pieces off the bench. Like their whole team is dynamic. So yeah, I got South Carolina coming out on top of that. We'll see. That game is actually today in a couple hours at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to check that out. And we have more flowers to give. Let's give a huge round of applause for the 2025 Hall of Fame class. The inductees are some names: Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, and the 2008 Redeem Team, Team USA. So let's give those people a huge round of applause for getting inducted into the 2025 Hall of Fame class. Well deserved. Maya Moore, one of my favorite players of all time. And we got to touch on this subject about Stephen A. saying a Hall of Famer told him, he didn't say no names either, he says a Hall of Famer said to him that Steph Curry wouldn't average 17 points in their era. I honestly hate topics like this and discussions like this because Steph Curry can't go back in time and play in that era. Like, and we talking 17 points. Like, Steph Curry would probably average that in the first quarter, to be honest. And back in the day's era. Like, you had guys like Mark Price and John Stockton and Steve Kerr. Like, scrawny little guys that could last in that era, that could hang in that era. So when people talk about the Steph Currys of the world and say LeBron couldn't survive in them eras, that's just fuckery, man. That's bullshit. Like I said, we're gonna be getting to the meat and potatoes of the fuckery. Steph Curry will probably average 50 back in the day. You know, they would probably have to make new rules. They probably would try to ban the three-point line, stop him from shooting. Which I think Tank vs. Lamont Roach Part 2 has been greenlit. So for June, I think. It was a lot of commotion with their first fight ending in a draw. Let me know in the comment section who you think won that fight. And let me know who you think will win the rematch. Because that was a pretty good fight. I kind of personally believe Tank was holding back some power. Just trying to make it a clean, good fight. I just feel like Tank didn't really want to knock him out for some reason. People say the reason would be that they grew up together, they know each other, and they are friends outside of boxing. So I kind of seen that in the ring with Tank. Like, you know, comparing that fight to all his other fights, he just didn't have that killer instinct look in his eyes. So, yeah. I would just love to see him fight somebody else. But obviously they got to pick a winner. I know two great fighters don't want to end on the rematch, so I get it. What else we got? Is Cooper Flagg the greatest player, the greatest freshman in college basketball of all time? That was a question that came up. Is Cooper Flagg the greatest freshman of all time? My personal opinion, I honestly don't think so. Because maybe winning a national championship would have put him over the top. But what I've seen from Anthony Davis his freshman year at Kentucky, I haven't seen nothing like that yet. I mean, as far as like excitement and must-see TV, yes, you could say Zion Williamson was that. But Anthony Davis, offensively, defensively, getting his team to the championship, winning it freshman year, coming out as the first-round pick and living up to all the expectations. Yeah. In my book, Anthony Davis wins that by a long shot. So, yeah. And another question that got brought up from on ESPN, they asked which number 15 should go in the rafters for the Denver Nuggets. Nikola Joker or Carmelo Anthony. My honest opinion, I feel like the Denver Nuggets disrespected Carmelo Anthony in the first place by letting Joker get the number 15. I feel like they were still kind of bitter and hating because Melo made the move when he went to New York. But anybody who knows the game of basketball knows that's like that's like when LeBron left to go to Miami, the Cavs letting somebody wear number 23. That's just foolish as hell. That 15 should have never been touched in the first place. So let's just get that out the way.